team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we're back to it. You know how we do it. NBA legends tell funny Larry Bird stories, and I think this is gonna be a great video. Not only because it's a Larry Bird video, but also because it just came out 44 minutes ago. I don't think I've ever been this quick with a basketball time machine video, so hopefully it's gonna be some videos or some stories in here that we've never heard of. But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. We are on the way to 10K. If you love watching old basketball highlights, man, you are on the right channel. So go ahead and subscribe, turn those post notifications on, like this video if you like it, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know what your favorite Larry Bird story is, because it's thousands of them. It's thousands of Larry Bird stories. I feel like I've been reacting to Larry Bird stories over the last year or so. And I can't count how many times a Larry Bird story had me really laughing. Like, it was some crazy stories. So let's get into this one, man. We got NBA legends tell funny Larry Bird stories. Let's get it.
3 seconds, 2, 3.
The 1 foot game winners. The 1 foot game winners, man. That's a funny story right there. The fact that he felt he could take one foot runners from 3 for game is funny to me. That's the confidence he had in himself.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean Davis.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David, and I welcome you to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. Now, if you follow my show on a regular basis, then you know that every couple of months I have to cover Larry Bird, simply because he's my second favorite player of all time. So in today's episode, I want to take a look at some of the funniest Larry Bird stories. And just to be clear, I also found some new clips that you probably haven't seen before. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content. Alright, let's do it. Now the first story that I want to take a look at is from Isaiah Thomas, and the very interesting thing is that other players also tell the same story. So apparently Larry Bird did this to multiple guys. Let's take a look.
I don't know how this is gonna play with America, right?
Isaiah.
But let me just tell you what this dude told me one time, right? Now, all back line at one time it was Kelly Tripucka, Bill Laimbeer,
Hey.
and Vincent. 3 white dudes.
2 of them I ain't never heard of.
All right. So we walk out on the court, and he said, "Who guarded me?" So Larry's always called me Cheesy, right? He's like, "Cheesy, who guarded me?" And I was like, I got Kelly, Lem, I got Vincent. He's like, "You ain't got no brothers?" He's like you. He's like you.
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. He said, "Hey man, you can't put no white dude on me."
Hey.
That is straight disrespect.
I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, "Larry, what's going on with you?" He says, "You guys are being disrespectful to me." And I says, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You guys are putting a white guy on me." That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on
I
it?
can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. He says, "It's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me." And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game.
It was my rookie season, my first game I ever played against him.
What'd he say?
That was the only thing. I can't even tell you what he said.
He said something crazy. I know he did.
Clean up the language. What?
One of the things, the first thing I think it was really the only thing he said to me. I'm guarding him. My first play, you know, he's coming down the court, and I'm guarding him. He looks at me, he said, I don't know why they have you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots the three.
He don't want white people guarding him. He don't want rookies guarding him. He gonna get into everybody's head, man. And when the crazy thing about it is, he probably really was giving them buckets. Like, it's one thing just to talk a good game, and then it's another thing to like actually talk it and then be about it. And Larry Bird was about it too, so that's just so crazy, man. These are GOAT stories right here.
Now, I wasn't upset he made the three. I said, but this
See, making threes.
You know, but it was funny because after that, because they knew I was gonna keep coming, you know. But that was the only time he ever talked trash to me. And then we had a lot of respect for each other over the years. And so I never forget that one thing, though, man. I'm like, I was so hot, you know. And I remember.
And that's another thing, too, I want to talk about. These are not just anybody telling these stories. The first one was Isaiah. Then we got Dominique Wilkins right here. And then before that, we had, who we had before them? Then you had Charles Barkley. So like this is crazy. He done had Isaiah Thomas, Charles Barkley, and Dominique Wilkins tell crazy stories about him. So let you know right there, he's not bluffing. Like, these are coming from real NBA legends.
And I remember he was at the jump circle, and I go shake Larry Bird's hand. He put both hands behind his back. I'm like, you know what, maybe he's just getting into the game, you know. And I'm trying to give him the benefit down. I was so mad, so I'm coming down the left side, and I go up the fast break, and he comes up, and I'm pumping it behind my head, and he jumped. I said, yeah, boom.
Yeah, why would he jump?
I'm pointing like this. He said, hey, Rook. I'm like, what? He said, I like you. You got balls, but I'm still getting 40 on your ass.
You know, and it's funny because I tell a whole lot of people this when they talk about great players and they bring up Larry Bird. I said, listen, the dude couldn't jump, wasn't fast, you know, but wasn't athletic. Mm-hmm. But you look on the score, the score sheet after the game, he got 25, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, a few steals. I said, the dude just knew how to play, yes. Right? And the thing that I loved about him is that he was a shit talker.
Talk this shit.
You got a chance to play against him, Robert, because I swear to God, you would love playing against him because the dude would just tell you where he's going, shoot it in your face, talk shit to you, and run back down the floor.
Yeah.
And he was just one of those guys that, you know, he just had it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he had it, and I saw it in college, and obviously saw it a whole lot closer when we get a chance to play against the Celtics. He was the biggest trash talker back in the day, but he was back.
I don't really care.
People, I remember like in one of my other videos, somebody was trying to say that it wasn't trash talking because he backed it up, and I'm like, no, it's still trash talking. I think people just hear that trash and don't want to put that on Larry Bird, but no. He's still a trash talker. He's a very successful trash talker. That's what that is. I almost call it psychic in a way. Like, he was a psychic basketball player. He would tell you what he was going to do and then go do it. Like, that's like grade A, top tier trash talking. Like, it's still trash talking, but it's just some very great goated trash talking.
About the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the shot. Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird. And
Bird doing everything.
Bird, oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. And when the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play.
He wasn't no brother. No, my white people, y'all still my brothers, man. I take that back. Y'all my brothers.
Deep into time. You and Larry Bird, teammates for a long time. What's your best Larry Bird story?
I think that the story that sums up Larry the best was back then when we flew commercial. We didn't fly private. We played in a Tuesday night game in Cleveland. And, of course, we got up for the first flight out. We had a game on Wednesday night in New Jersey. Snowstorm hits Cleveland. We're at the airport at 7 in the morning. Flight's canceled at 7. It's canceled at 8. It's canceled at 9. It's canceled at 10. Canceled at 11. 12. We finally leave about 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon. We fly up to New Jersey. Now the storm has kind of moved into Jersey. And the bus driver says, well, I can't get to the hotel, into the arena. I can only go to one place. Well, we had a game that night. We go to the arena. So we get to the arena, and I mean, we're dragging. And we're sitting on the locker room, and, and everybody's kind of, we're tired, and, and all of a sudden, the coach gives a little bit of a speech of, come on, man, guys, we're playing basketball. Let's get ready to go. And Larry stands up, and Larry says, and a couple of the few choice words, and he says, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to take it out on their rear ends. So I was like, oh, all right, so let's go. So we go on the floor. Albert King sitting there. Larry walks up to Albert King and goes, don't take this butt whooping personally. I've been eating hot dogs all day. And then Albert King looks at him like, you've been eating hot dogs all day? What's that got to do with me? And we went out and just hammered him. I mean, we terrorized him. And that was Larry. There was no excuses. I mean, he just played. And I tell you, that was just his competitive nature. But a day when you fly all day and eat hot dogs in the airport, best thing was Albert's look on his face like, what hot dogs got to do with me?
Playing at the Garden.
So a snowstorm is the reason why Cleveland got their ass whooped. So I would be mad as hell if a snowstorm is the reason why Larry Bird gave me 50, man. I'm moving out of Cleveland. I'm going to the West Coast.
Man, on his last leg, we're planning, and he told me, young fella, let me tell you something. I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. And he said, you're supposed to be a great defender, right? He said, I'm going to make sure I tell you where I'm going to shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now. You're not going to shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm going to take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm going to give you something, and it's going to be this jumper. Right. And I said, shit, watch this. So all of a sudden, we playing, and I'm D'ing him up, and he slow-balled me. That's why I got the slow ball. Put your back to your back like this, and his back was bad during this time. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him, and he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was going to do? And he turned around, raised up, looked around, it was all draws.
All draws.
And I said, shit, I ain't going to mess with you no more.
Who, you saying, man, when I first met him, I said, all right, I'm going to see if this dude, this white cat can really go like
the verdict is always out on white boys that hoop. With all due respect. It's always out.
It's respect. This ain't nothing bad. So I said, let me see what he can do.
But Larry's...
I think it's not that people don't think white men can hoop, but I'm just going from my opinion. When I see white guys, I'm automatically assuming they're shooters. Like, that's kind of the stereotype. So when you see a guy like Larry Bird, who's not only a shooter, but he's a grinder. Like, he gonna get all up in you. He gonna talk his shit. He gonna rebound. He gonna pass. That's where you get caught off guard at. It's like, hold on. This guy is doing more than shooting? Like, where did this guy come from? I think that's where it kind of be like, okay, let me see what's going on here. Because this guy is doing a lot more than just shooting.
She had something that most white boys don't have. Just say that. Just keep it real.
Man,
Larry was different now. Larry was different now.
He had a little bit of nigga.
Yeah, he was different now. He was different now. Larry was different now.
That boy, he can play, man.
It's amazing. I love Larry Bird so much. Every single time I find a new clip about NBA legends talking about Larry Bird, I'm always super happy. I simply can't get enough of Larry Legend. I hope you guys feel the same way. All right, you guys. That was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to...
Definitely a really good episode. Shout out to Sean David for always coming through with the videos for me to react to. I think it'd be dope if one day me and him actually collabed on a video. I think that'd be super dope down the line. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna clip this part right here, and then I'm gonna put it in the video once we actually do collab. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on the way to 10K. Go ahead and like this video if you like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know what your favorite Larry Bird story is, man. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.